Come on in, come on in. Let me give you guys a minute before we get started. Man, today's gonna be our last live stream before the fall. Well, until the fall. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Man, this is gonna be epic. You know what I mean? Man, man, all of a sudden I got a little nervous. You know what I mean? Pray for me, man. Haven't done a live in a minute, man. On behalf of my mother-in-law, man, I bless each and every one of you that catch this on the live stream. For those of you that catch it on the replay, man, I bless you as well. You know what I mean? Man, I made a video the other day and put a post on the YouTube channel talking about Tina Turner, the passing of Tina Turner. It's kind of hit me. Tina Turner, what's up with you, Derek? Hey, can you let me know if the volume is good? Um, I'm not sure if it is or not, but I made a post talking about Tina Turner. Um, what's up with you, Madam Majesty? Man, Tina Turner was, man, she was everything to me. You know what I mean? She was everything to me. Man, what's up with you, Kate? And what I mean by that was, man, Tina Turner was, thank you. Tina Turner was, Paul, what's up with you, man? Man, Tina Turner was, man, she was an icon to me. Nathan, I'm sorry. What's up with you, man? I'm glad that you were able to catch this live. And Tina Turner was man. She was a hero of mine. You know, a hero of mine. And it's just true because when I looked at Tina Turner, you know, man, I would have never imagined that she'd gone through all that she went through. You know what I mean? When you looked at her, man, you saw her on stage and performing, you saw the physical shape that she was in, you saw her energy, her beauty. Man, she was just iconic. You know what I mean? She was legendary. You would have never imagined that she's gone through all the trauma and the pain that she did. Stay with me. We're going somewhere today. I promise you. I promise you, we're going somewhere today, man. And it's a trip because, the more I looked at Tina Turner's life, the more I realized, man, this lady's gone through hell. This lady's gone through so much. Man, her mama walked out of her life when she was a little kid. You know what I mean? Father left, raised by her grandparents, you know? And then everybody knows about, man, her and Ike Turner getting together and getting married and having 4 kids. You know what I mean? Well, they had one kid together. He had two from a previous relationship. She had one that Ike adopted, and she adopted the two that Ike had. So she had 4 boys. And so nobody really talks too much about, man, this lady went through hell for 16 years. 16 long years of being abused and traumatized at the hands of the person that said, out by somebody that said they loved her. Today we're talking about, man, the power of starting over. The power of starting over. And it's a trip because when Tina finally made up in her mind, man, I don't deserve this. I'm not dealing with this bullshit no more. I don't give a fuck what happened. Man, I'm out this bitch. You could keep the boys. You could keep the houses. You could keep every motherfucking thing we've accumulated. I need my peace of mind. I need my fucking freedom. If it costs me everything, man, so be it. And I'm having this conversation with you because, again, this is going to be the last live stream that we do for the summer. If you don't remember nothing else, man, you had better remember, man, you deserve to have happiness. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to have joy. And if it costs you every fucking thing, then it's worth it. It's worth it. But see, the problem with the great majority of us, we don't want to be alone. We're scared of starting over. We're scared of what people are going to think about us. We're scared of what people are going to say about us. Tina Turner was iconic when she left Ike Turner. She was famous when she left Ike Turner. She had money when she left Ike Turner. When she left, they say she left with 36 cents in her pocket. She left with the mobile gas car. She didn't even have a fucking car. But that's all that she had to her. 36 fucking cents. And when you think about all the songs and performances she did, when you think about, man, she was already well known. She was already established. Her name was already popular. And all she had was 36 fucking cents. We're going in today. We're going in, sit back, buckle up. I'm just laying the groundwork right now. Man, and so when you think about this, here's this famous person who leaves her husband, leaves her kids, leaves behind everything she knows. They say that, man, when she finally divorced him, she got a couple of vehicles. She didn't get no money. She didn't get none of the houses, none of that shit. None of the royalties. She let Ike Turner keep her past. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. She let him keep everything that they had built together. Everything that they had established, she let him keep it. She didn't want nothing. She wanted her name. She wanted her stage name, and that's all she got. Was her stage name? They said she got 2 vehicles, and that was it. No royalties, nothing. It is so bad for Tina Turner that they said she got back on welfare. She had to get back on welfare just to make it. The power of starting over. Here's this lady who, man, was wealthy. She left everything behind. Everything behind. And had to start all over. And when I say start all over, I'm talking about, man, she was sleeping in different people's houses. Because she had nowhere to call home. They had bought multiple homes. She didn't have nothing. Nothing. Had to get back on welfare, or had to get on welfare. But she had a dream. She understood the power of starting over. See, she knew the lesson that most of us don't know. She knew the lesson the great majority of us have never learned yet. The power of starting over. She understood, man, if I just get out and just get my mind together. Everything that I got, I could get again. Everything that I bought, I could buy again. Everything that I've seen, every place I've been to, I can go again. If I've done it once, I could do it again. And see, here's the trick. Earlier this year, I was going through a situation. Man, married. I thought I was happily married. I was happily married. And March 18th changed all of that. March 18th changed all of that. I had to start all over with nothing but what I had on my back. And I was done. I was done. I was tired of starting over. And you guys have heard me say it many times. I was done starting over. And what God had to bring to my remembrance was, Elijah, you started over multiple times. You could do it again. Elijah, it's not so hard starting over when you started over in the past. When you remember that you've been here before, when you remember that you've done this before, when you remember that, man, I got this. I came here for this. For whatever reason, this didn't work out. For whatever reason, I got to go through this situation right here. For whatever reason, I have to start over with nothing but the clothes on my back. Nowhere to call home. Homeless for 2 nights. I'm in New York riding a fucking subway train. Because I ain't got nowhere to go. The power of starting over. The power of starting over. See, it's not the starting over that bothers us. What bothers us is the fear that we're not going to be able to make it. What bothers us is the fear of the opinions of everybody else. What bothers us is we're going to sit there and look like we're a fucking failure because, man, I'm 50 fucking 3 years old. Why the fuck am I starting all over again? Why now am I starting over? And I'm looking around at people younger than I. Man, they're established. But here I am. I'm a life coach and mentor and what to do. And here I'm having to start all over again. And sometimes it hurts. It hurts. I remember when my late wife passed away in 2016, 2015. And I had to start all over. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I did it. And so, man, that made this time a whole lot easier because I had to start over after she passed away. And I lost my best friend. I lost my road dog, my everything. I had to start over. And so when the relationship ended this time, I pulled back on some of the memories that I had. I pulled back on the wisdom and the insight that I had. And I remembered some things about, man, back in Cali when Cecilia passed away. And I wanted to end my life. And how I went to China and spread her ashes. And I tried to commit suicide in China. Oh, we're going there today. I was done. I didn't think that I could start over again. I didn't want to start over again. I was tired of starting over again and again and again. And so I got to the point, it's like, I'm done. I can't take it no more, God. This one hurt too deep. This one cost me too much. This one fucked me up. I can't start over. I'm checking out. Call me a bitch, call me a punk, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. I didn't give a damn. I was ready to check out because I was tired of starting over. I was tired of having my heart broke. I was tired of everybody looking at me and having something fucking negative to say. I was tired of looking like a failure. I was tired. So in China, I tried to kill myself. I did. 2016. I was done. I was done. I didn't give a damn whether I was going to go to hell. I didn't give a damn whether I was going to heaven or not. None of that shit mattered to me. I was done with the fucking pain. I was done with the fucking trauma. I was done with everybody and their fucking crazy ass fucking opinions about me and not even knowing the fucking pain and struggle that I'm going through. Everybody got something, yeah. But nobody knows my fucking pain. Nobody knows my brokenness. Nobody knows my fucking loneliness. And that's not even including the shit I was carrying from a kid. And seeing my mama murdered by the hands of my daddy. I was broken. I was crushed. I was done. I was done. And I was done with starting over. Fuck God. If I got to come back to this motherfucking planet as a baby and start all over again, then so be it. Whatever it is, it is. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. But any life has to be better than the fucking life that I got. Anything that I have to go through then has got to be better than the bullshit that I'm going through now. It has to be better than a fucking raggedy ass fucked up family that I'm born into, or that I was born into. The power of starting over. And it's a trip because for some reason back then, I remembered what's love got to do with it. What's love got to do with it? I remembered we don't need another hero. And I sat there crying. I said, as a grown ass fucking man, I sat on the train, on the 6th train in the Bronx, fucking crying because here I am having to start all over. And I don't know how. I didn't think I'd know how. I didn't think that I was going to make it. I knew people were going to have something to say. And I didn't want to hear all the yak, all the bullshit that people was talking. I didn't want to hear the judgment. I didn't want to hear the criticisms and the self-righteous bullshit that Christians and everybody else spew, and they don't know the fucking pain and the hell that you're going through. So I remember Tina Turner. And Tina Turner was I was always attracted to her. I always thought she was a very good looking lady. And that always blew me away because I really understood. I remember watching the movie, but for some reason, it hit me harder now. Maybe it's because I ain't got shit now. Maybe it's because I find myself on a fucking bus. Somewhere I don't fucking know. In the largest fucking city in America. All by my fucking lonesome. And I'm having to start over. And I'm remembering Tina Turner. And the trip is, God has always showed me women at my weakest point. Stay with me. What am I saying? What's up with you, Remy? There was times when I was a single parent of my oldest 2 kids that I wanted to give them up and put them in the system. There was times when I was a single parent struggling and just fucked up financially, fucked up emotionally. Man, I thought about, just putting my kids in the system because I thought, it'll be a better life for them than the bullshit that I was offering them. And I sat there on my couch in the living room down in LA crying because the next day I'm thinking about taking my kids into the system. And God is showing me all these single women, these single mothers raising their kids on their own. And here it is, I got 2. And I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this shit. The power of starting over. And so here's the trick. You can write your story however you want to. That's how powerful we are. And that's something God had to show me. Elijah, you can write your story however you want to. Your story is going to be as epic, as legendary as you want it to be. Or it's going to be as fucked up as you make it. Elijah, remember Tina Turner and what's love got to do with it. She gave this man all these years. She invested all this time and energy into these kids. And she left it all behind. She left the wealth behind, the home, her comfort behind. But the story that she wrote for herself was far more epic than anything she had accomplished with Ike Turner. What she accomplished on her own after her setback, after her having to start over, was greater than anything her and Ike had ever accomplished together. Queen of Rock and Roll. That's the title they gave her. What's love got to do with it? They said that album went, was it platinum 5 times over? That's after her greatest setback. That was after her breaking point. That was after her crushing point. That was after her having to get back on welfare. That was after her leaving her wealth, her family, and everything that she had accomplished, her having to leave it all behind. She still wrote the rest of her story. And the rest of her story was greater than anything she'd ever imagined and dreamed in her past. I know you've gone through some things. I know you've been broken. I know you've been abandoned and rejected and crushed and I understand that. I get that. But that don't have to be the best of your life. Whatever it is that you accomplished, wherever you was at, that ain't got to be the best. It don't matter what you got. It don't matter what you had, what you left behind. Man, that don't have to be the best of your life. The power starting over. Tina Turner. She grew up in a Christian home, sung in the Christian choirs and all that other stuff. But after leaving that abusive relationship, after having to get back on her own 2 feet and struggle and start all over again, she got into Buddhism, she got into meditating. And people dogged her out for it, especially black folks. Because black folk wasn't really into meditating back then. Black folks is Christian everything. You know what I mean? Jesus was the answer for everything for the great majority of black folks. So anytime somebody came out, or Allah, you know what I mean? Anytime somebody came out other than Islam or Christianity, man, oh, you doing too much. You know what I mean? What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? There's some satanic bullshit you on. Because it wasn't normal for us as a society to talk about Buddhism back then. It wasn't normal for us as a society to talk about meditating back then. The power starting over. You got to get to the point where you don't give a fuck what people think about you. You got to get to the point where you don't give a fuck about what you have to let go of. You have to get to the point where the only thing that matters to you is your peace of mind. I just want to pursue my happiness. I just want peace. I just want joy at all costs. Fuck the money. I'll get that shit again. Fuck the homes. I'll get that shit again. Fuck the cars. I'll get that shit again. Fuck the money. I'll get that shit again. Whatever you left, whatever you got to leave, let it go. Knowing that you could get that and a whole lot more. But you got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You got to be willing to face the risk of losing everything, of walking away from everything. Everything that doesn't serve you, everything that's no longer in your best interest, everything that's weighing you down. You got to be willing to let it go. You got to be willing to walk away from it. People are going to talk about you no matter what the fuck you do. People are going to talk about you and dog you out for staying there. People are going to talk about you and dog you out for leaving. You might as well fucking leave and have some peace and some joy and some happiness. Because regardless, they're going to say something about you. They're going to have something negative to say. No matter what you do, you could be living your best life and they still going to criticize you. They still going to put you down. You have to get to the point, man, I got to do me. I got to do me. I know Tina loved them kids, but she had to do her. She couldn't stay there in that toxic ass relationship for the kids anymore. And so many people that I know stay in toxic ass, fucked up ass, raggedy ass, dead end fucking relationships for the sake of the kids. And Tina Turner said, nah, fuck this shit. These motherfuckers, y'all figure this shit out on your own. I gotta go. I'm not dealing with this abuse no more. I'm not dealing with getting my ass beat and stomped on and whoop doo doo for nobody. I'm out. I'm out. The power of starting over. We don't understand how powerful starting over is. See, a lot of us are just starting to come into fasting, detoxing. Why? Because we understand, man, that does something to your body. That does something to your pH system. That does something to, man, to your hormones. That does something to, man, just to everything within your body, to your immune system. It jumpstarts your immune system. It reboots everything. And here's the trick. Most of us, we have cell phones, and we'll shut our cell phone all the way down. All the way down. Power it off. And then turn it back on. Why? To reboot it. Why? To shut it down. Because we understand, man, it has to restart. And that's why some of us fast. That's why some of us detox. I have to shut my body down. I have to shut my immune system down to restart it, to re-jump it, to reboot it. The power of starting over. It's a trick. God showed me. I was in the graveyard the other day, and I was walking, and the sun was coming up, and the birds were out, and the squirrels were running. And God was showing me, Elijah, every day starts over. Every day is a new day. After midnight, it's still dark as fuck, but it's a new day. Stay with me. And so what he was saying was, Elijah, when you start over, it's still going to be dark. You're still not going to be able to see because it's midnight. It's pitch black. It don't look like a new day. It looked like the same old raggedy ass night. But it's a new day. It's a day you've never seen before. It's a new day. The sun's coming up. It's a new day. The earth has to start over every day. The plants have to start over every day. The animals start over every day. We have to learn to change our thinking. We have to learn to release that toxic way of thinking. You have to learn how to let go of all of that baggage and man, just, woosah. It's not helping me anymore. It's hurting me. It's killing me. It's dragging me down. It's draining my energy. It's robbing me of my peace, of my happiness, of my joy. And anything robbing you of your peace and your joy, you have to let it go. You have to let it go. It is what it is. It's going to hurt. I get that. Been there, done that. But for your growth and development, in order for you to reach your full potential, you have to cut it off. Tina Turner could have never become as great as she did. Tina Turner could have never became the lady she did had she not left that situation, had she not started over, had she not gone through all of the hell that she did and make up her mind, I'm done. I got to start over at all costs. If it costs me everything, I'm starting over. Are you ready to start over? Are you willing to start over? It's a trip because the video that I put out a video understanding loneliness or something to that effect. And I put that video out almost 2 years ago. And that video is like almost 200,000 subscribers or 200,000 views. And in that video, I talk about, man, we got to go through the caterpillar stage. And the great majority of us, we live as fucking caterpillars. And I know so many of you think you woke and you deep and you super spiritual and you so enlightened and da-da-da-da, and you so connected to source and God and blah, blah, blah. You think you all that right now. You know what I mean? The great majority of us, we do. We think we're fucking butterfly and we're so beautiful and we're so enlightened and we're just so woke and deep and da 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 da, and not even fucking understand we're still a raggedy ass fucking caterpillar, still hanging out in the fucking dirt. Our ego has us fucked up. Our ego has us thinking that we're further along in our growth and development journey than where we're really at. Our ego has us thinking that we're soaring with the egos and we ain't never left the fucking ground yet. We've never even gotten our wings yet. The power of starting over. In order for you to become a butterfly, you got to go through the loneliness of the cocoon stage. In order for you to become a butterfly, you have to face your fears of dying. You have to face your fears of isolation, of loneliness, of abandonment, of rejection, of the darkness. You have to face your fears. See, a caterpillar has to go and put itself in a freaking cocoon, not knowing what's going to happen. The caterpillar has no clue that it's going to become a butterfly. It just knows this is what I got to do. The next stage in my growth and development, the next stage of my journey. I got to go from here to here. The power starting over. So the caterpillar goes from crawling to a prison of a cocoon. It's now trapped, stuck in a cocoon that it put itself in, not understanding the transformation that was going to take place, that is going to take place, not understanding the transformation of my legs are going to completely change. My body structure is going to completely change. I'm going to get antennas. I'm going to get these things, wings that are colorful that I've never seen and used before. My perspective of life is going to change. Everything about me from the caterpillar stage begins to change in that cocoon stage. The power of starting over. See, once the caterpillar changes its perspective, changes its body structure and everything else, its living conditions, he releases his past, releases his comfort zone, releases everything that he was used to, releases his family, his loved ones, everything. Once he releases everything, something changes. Everything changes. Now, takes on a different dimension, takes on a different structure, if you will. Now he takes on his quote unquote angelic being. Now he has his wings. Now he's able to fly. Where in the past, he was stuck in the ground. He could crawl up on the plants and the trees, but that's all he could do. Now, because he risked it all, because he faced his fears, because he went into his transformation, because he was willing to start over, he now starts life as a butterfly. And now everything is different from the way it was in the past. Now he's able to fly. He's able to see life from a different angle, from a different perspective. He's able to see the garden that he was in from a different perspective. See, in the past, he was looking up at everything. Now he has the ability to look down on things because he's able to soar above them. The obstacles he couldn't get over because the plants and the bushes were so high. He couldn't climb them. The problem seemed insurmountable as a caterpillar. But now that he's a butterfly, he's able to fly over it with ease. With ease. Why? Because he rewrote his story. The caterpillar rewrote its story. The problem with the great majority of us is we've never rewritten our story. We keep regurgitating the same old traumas, the same old dramas, the same old brokenness, the same old pain and suffering. We keep regurgitating it. We keep talking about it. We keep living in that pain and that suffering. We keep allowing our triggers to fuck us up. Because we never dealt with our bullshit. And that's the process of the cocoon. You're not a caterpillar anymore, and you're not a butterfly. You're somewhere in between. You're stuck in that in-between moment where you're not what you used to be, and you're not what you're gonna be. Man, stay with me. This is where a lot of us is at. We're in that in-between state, and we're getting frustrated because we're not what we want to be. God is saying, you're in your in-between stage. You're on your way. Just trust the process. You're on your way. What do you want? Do you want to soar? Or do you want to go back and play in the dirt? The choice is yours. Stop going backwards. Stop going picking up old relationships because they were comfortable. You didn't like them then. Why are you going to like them now? You do it out of fear of being alone. You think, man, financially it's better for me to go backwards. Remember Tina Turner. She gave up all the money, everything, all the houses, the cars, everything to start over, to start from scratch. But see, here's the trick. She wasn't really starting from scratch because she had learned so much through her past. She had learned so much. She had understood, man, I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm more talented than I thought I was. I'm more gifted than I thought I was. Don't go backwards. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And if you're stuck in the in-between stage, if you're stuck in your prison, and it's not even a prison, it's a safe place. It's a safe dwelling place. It's there to protect you. It's there to nurture you and keep you and provide for you while you're in your in-between stage. See, so many, we look at the cocoon as a prison because it's dark and it's lonely and I'm stuck. That's negative thinking. That's that low vibration stuff. That's that low frequency stuff. The power of starting over. Start thinking over. Change your perspective. Change how you see your life. Change how you see God. Change how you see other people. Change how you see your circumstances. The power of starting over. See, the cocoon. I'm there. It's dark. There's nobody around me. There's nobody with me. It's just me. I can't talk to nobody. I can't hang out with nobody. It's just me in this dark place. And I'm trapped. I'm only trapped because my thought process hasn't changed yet. Once I grow up and I understand that, this same prison, this same place that I thought was my prison, this cocoon that I thought was my prison, whether that's your relationship, whether that's your financial situation, whether that's your job situation, your career situation, whatever it is you at, wherever you at in life, wherever you're at in life, stop looking at your cocoon as your prison and start understanding, man, like you're a baby in your mother's womb. And the mother is eating and doing everything she can to protect you and to nurture you. You're safe while you're in her womb. You're being cared for while you're in her womb. While you're in that cocoon, you're being cared for. See, as a caterpillar, you had to get your ass up and go look for your food. As a caterpillar, you had to get up and go eat and go scavenge and look for shit. Now that you're in your cocoon, you just lay there. And you've been preserved. You just lay there and you've been protected. And then when God says you're ready, not when you say you're ready, and that's where most of us mess up at, we think we're ready to spread our wings and fly. We think we're ready to be released from our cocoon. And God is saying, no, 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 no. Sit your raggedy ass down. You got some more healing to do. Sit your raggedy ass down. You got some more stuff to let go of. Sit your ass down. You ain't transformed yet. You may have changed a little bit of how you see life, but you ain't changed enough. Don't allow your ego to fuck you up. Sit here and trust the process. Sit here and let me work on you. Sit here and let me chop it up with you. Sit here and let me show you what all needs to change in order for you to reach your full potential. See, because you don't know what your full potential is. Because you've never been a butterfly. You've only been a caterpillar. So you don't know what it takes to become a butterfly because you've never gone through that process before. You've never been there before. So how can you sit here and say you know what it takes for you to reach your full potential and you ain't never been there? The power of starting over. You can look around the world, and there's so many people frustrated, so many people broken, so many people on that low frequency stuff. They're always in some drama, always in some chaos. And it is what it is. To each their own. To each their own. But for those of us, man, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. For those of us, man, I got to reach my full potential. For those of us, man, I didn't come here for this negative bullshit. Man, I came here to be a beacon. I came here to be a star seed. I came here to be a chosen one. I came here for what to do. Man, I came here to help others. I came here for what to do. Man, I got to go through this process. I have to trust God. I have to trust Source while I'm in the dark and lonely and frustrating stage. And here's the trick. It's just hitting me. I'm getting some tea. I'm drinking some green tea. Here's the trick. When you're in your cocoon stage, you have to surrender all control. And that's going to fuck the great majority of us up. The great majority of we're going to get fucked up on this one process, right? This one thing right here. I got to surrender control. I can't be in control no more. For a lot of us, that's our big issue. We're control freaks because we've been hurt so many times. We've been hurt and we ain't healed. We've been hurt and abandoned and rejected and blah, 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 and we've never processed that. And so we take on this control nature to stop us from getting hurt, to keep anybody from hurting us and from crushing us and from breaking our hearts. And what God is saying is, okay, I see you. I see you. I know, Elijah, you had abandonment issues going back to your daddy and your mom as a little baby. I know you got insecurities and issues going back to your childhood. I know you got issues going back to when they were telling you that you were stupid and dumb and you wouldn't amount to shit. I know you got issues going back to when they was telling you you was going straight to hell or you'd be dead before you was 18 or in prison the rest of your life. I know you got issues going back to da-da-da-da, but in order for you to reach your full potential, you're going to have to lay here like a baby in his mother's womb and just stay connected to me and trust the process and trust that I'm taking care of you. Trust that I'm working shit out for you. Trust that I'm feeding you and nurturing you and preparing your body and preparing your mind so that once I release you, once the baby come into the world, man, you can stand on your own. You can do what you got to do. You can spread your wings and fly. You can allow the world to see your beauty and your elegance and your grace. Tina Turner learned that. She understood that. And that's why we're able to look at Tina and say, dang, she was so graceful. She was so elegant. How could she have gone through all of the bullshit that she went through? She don't even look like she done been through anything. Why did she look like that? Why was her demeanor so peaceful and calm and just, why? Because she went through the cocoon process of releasing control, releasing all the past and everything that no longer served her. And staying connected to Source. In the cocoon stage, she was on her own. She got in the cocoon. In the caterpillar stage, she was on her own. She got in the cocoon. And she's connected to the cocoon. like a baby connected to his mother through the umbilical cord, like you connected to source. It's all the same. It's all the same. So Tina Turner, she's in her cocoon. You're in your cocoon. Source is working on you. You're connected to source. You're meditating. You're doing what you got to do. You're releasing. You're going through your shadow work. You're understanding your subconscious thoughts and fears and all these other things. What's up with you? What's upon the game? Man, you're going through all of this stuff. And source is saying, okay, good. Well done, my good and faithful servant, in whom I am well pleased. Man, to hear that, so many Christians who, man, people just want to die and get to heaven and just be able to hear God say, well done, my good and faithful servant, in whom I'm well pleased. See, in order for us to get to that stage, in order for us to get there, man, we got to get there in the cocoon stage where we give up control. We surrender control. And we start dealing with our issues, start dealing with our shit. We start releasing some stuff. And as you start releasing some stuff, now God, Source, the Most High, can start giving you some stuff. See, that's the thing that we miss. The caterpillar can't just get wings and start flying. I don't give a damn how much you manifest wealth. I don't give a damn how much you manifest a relationship or a career. Man, you can't just go from this to that. There's a process in the middle, the in-between stage. And what God has said, the caterpillar had to let go of some things. The caterpillar had a lot of feet and legs that it had to let go of. The caterpillar had experiences and things and memories that it had to let go of. And once it let go of those things that no longer served it. See, the butterfly don't need all those legs. The butterfly don't need all of those feet. The caterpillar did. In order for the caterpillar to become a butterfly and get its wings and its rightful feet and legs, it had to let go of what it had. It had to let go of what it was accustomed to, what it was comfortable with, what it was used to. You see, what God is saying to a lot of us is that I ain't going to give you more until you let go. You can't receive more from me until you let go of some shit. See, I got this cup right here. Have some green tea in it. If I fill this cup up, once it's full, the caterpillar life is full. Stay with me. It's at the greatest stage it's going to be at as far as a caterpillar. It has all the legs it needs, all the feet it needs. It has everything it needs in order for it to be the best caterpillar that it can be. It's arrived. But in order for it to become a butterfly, it has to let go of some shit. See, so many of us, we have our cup filled up. And we're asking God for more. We're telling God to give me more, give me more, give me more. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And God is, I can't give you no more because your cup is already filled. Your cup is filled to the brim. If I give you some, it's going to overpour or overflow and just be wasted. I'm not wasting my gifts. I'm not wasting my energy just to accommodate you or just to feed your fucking ego. In order for me to give you more, you got to let go of some shit. In order for me to give you more, you got to release some shit. And most of us don't want to let go of shit. Why? Because we have that broke mentality. We have that broke spirit. We have that survival mentality. Man, I got to hold on to everything I got. Why? Because I don't know when I'm going to get it again. I'm stingy. I can't give nobody no money. I don't know when I'm going to get some more money. I can't bless people with this and this and that. I don't know when I'm going to get that back again. So we have this survival mentality. We have this broke mentality. And God has said, you got to let that go. You're never going to become a butterfly with that broke mentality. You're never going to become a butterfly with that survival mentality. You're never going to become a butterfly with that stingy nature, with that hoarding mentality. What are you hoarding? What are you holding on to that God is trying to get you to let go of? You want God to bless you abundantly, but you won't let go of what no longer serves you. You'll never become a butterfly. It is what it is. I'm not speaking that over your life. I'm just telling you that's the process. You can't do what the fuck you want to do and think that God's gonna bless you and hook you up. There's a process you got to go through. You can't shortcut the system. There is no cheat code to where you can just skip this process and go straight from a caterpillar to a butterfly. That's not how it works. Just like you don't go from a baby to a full-grown adult. You got to go through the process of, man, I've been a toddler, a kid, a teenager, a preteen, a teenager, a young adult. Now you're old as fuck. There's a process to this. There's a process to you getting your wings. There's a process to you being able to soar and reach your full potential. And what God wants me to share with you is that when you go through the process, you'll come out looking like you ain't never been through anything. When you go through the process and you trust God and you go through the process, you come out smelling like a rose. You'll come out smelling and looking like, man, you grew up on easy street. Like you've never had a struggle in your life. People trip out, man, you don't look like you 53 years old. You don't look like you've been woo-doo and gone through woo-doo. You don't look like you've gone through all that shit. How the fuck could you have gone through all that? And bro, you look good for your age. Bro, your mind is straight for your age. You know what I mean? And I hear people say all the time, why? Because I had to trust the process. And trusting the process was sitting back and releasing control. And saying, okay, God, you know the way. I don't. I don't know the way out. I trust you. I surrender to you. I surrender to the process of starting over. I don't want to, but I surrender to it. Why? Because I know I'll never reach my full potential if I don't. I'll never be all that I came here to be if I don't. So I got to go through it. I have to go through it. You guys have heard me talk about the 3 Hebrew boys a lot. Man, there's a story in the Bible. Nebuchadnezzar said, man, built this God, this statue. Man, everybody in this motherfucking land got to have to bow down at this day and time when the horns get blown, right? And these 3 Hebrew boys are like, man, fuck that shit. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Man, we ain't doing that shit. You got me fucked up. You know what I mean? We ain't bowing down to your motherfucking statue. Fuck you. So soldiers came and they blew the horn and everybody got on their knees and bowed down to the statue like they was commanded to, right? Shadrach, Meshach, 3 Hebrew, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? We ain't doing that bullshit. Fuck you. It is what it is. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? We ain't doing that shit. So they brought him before Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar said, man, maybe y'all didn't understand me. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. So I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give you another chance. When the horn sounds, you motherfuckers better bow your monkey asses down. Or we going to throw you in this fucking fire right here. The boys are like, man, you got us fucked up, bro. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Nebuchadnezzar said, okay, motherfuckers, y'all want to play me? Come on. Y'all trying me today. Turn that fire up 7 times hotter. He grabbed the boys. What's up with you, sir? Threw their asses in the fire. Sat back on his throne. And he looked in the fire. These motherfuckers walking around. He said, hold on, wait a minute. I know we threw 3 of them motherfuckers in there. Why does it seem like there's 4 motherfuckers walking around in that fucking fire? And we only threw 3 of their raggedy asses in there. So they go, open it up. Let the boys out. The boys come out the fire. They didn't smell like fire. Their clothes wasn't singed. Didn't have that smoky smell on them. Their beards or hair didn't smell like smoke. Nothing. And I share that story because sometimes you're going to have to go through the fucking fire. Sometimes you're going to go through some shit that to normal motherfuckers is going to take you off the fucking game. To normal motherfuckers, it's going to end your fucking life. To normal motherfuckers, it's going to break you. That's it. This motherfucker ain't coming back after this one. You know what I mean? That's what they said about me. In March, oh, this motherfucker done. He ain't coming back. He can't come back after this. That's what they said about these boys. That's what Ike Turner said about Tina. She ain't coming back. I got all the fucking money. I control all this shit. She ain't shit without me. He popping his collar, flexing and flossing and like, man, I'm the big motherfucker around this bitch. She ain't gonna do shit in life. I made her fucking ass. And that's what people think about you. That's what some of the people think about you. That they made you, that you ain't gonna be shit without them. You ain't gonna accomplish shit without them. You can't go nowhere without them. You can't start your business without them. You can't buy a house without them. You can't get your doctorate degree, whatever it is you want in life, without them. That's what they think. We'll go back to the 3 Hebrew boys. They came out the fire. Man, in perfect condition. Mint condition. Like they ain't been through shit. And God put that story in the Bible to show us that, man, when I take you through the process, when I take you through the cocoon stage, when I take you through the fire, when I take you through the loneliness, when I take you through your brokenness, when I take you through your broken heart and your suicidal thoughts and your self-hatred and your self-abandonment and all the other bullshit that you got to go through and all the other bullshit you got to grow through, when I take you through that shit, you're going to come out looking like a fucking king. You're going to come out talking like a fucking king. You're going to come out talking like a fucking queen. Why? Because that's who you are. You're going to come out spreading your wings like the butterfly you are. And people gonna look at you like, hold up, wait a minute. How the fuck did this motherfucker get to this point in life? I saw that motherfucker homeless and riding the bus and broken and abandoned and rejected and whoop-de-doo. I saw that motherfucker strung out on dope. I saw that motherfucker dumpster diving and whoop-de-doo. I saw that motherfucker locked up in the pen. I saw that motherfucker in handcuffs in jail and whoop-de-doo. Motherfuckers gonna have all kind of shit to say about you. They're gonna talk about you regardless. Regardless. So you might as well trust the process. You might as well go through your cocoon stage. You might as well trust God, source the Most High. And start over. And start over. And start over. Because once you start over, man, you come out looking like Tina Turner. You come out looking like Tyler Perry. I'm not a big fan of his movies and his videos and all the other stuff, but you gotta give the man his fucking props. The man was homeless for fucking years. And he has the biggest studio, movie studio in America. Bigger than NBC, Sony, Warner Brothers. And this man was homeless. Nobody believing in him. Everybody walking by his monkey ass, his dirty ass. Everybody has something to say about him. This motherfucking bomb. He ain't gonna be shit. This motherfucker, homeless ass, stanky ass motherfucker. And the trip is, I saw something. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her job at the age of 23. Say it again. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her job at the age of 23. She had to go through her cocoon stage in order for her to become the Oprah Winfrey that you know, the multi-billionaire that you know. She didn't start out like that. She got fired. Somebody thought she wasn't fucking worth it. Somebody thought she wasn't no fucking good. Somebody thought she couldn't cut it. Somebody thought that, man, she ain't shit. I mean, we could replace her. She ain't nobody. And that's what they think about you. Because they don't understand who you are. They don't understand what you bring to the table. Don't trip. You got to go through the process. They got to do it. They got to fire you. They got to leave you. They got to abandon you. They got to reject you. They got to talk all kind of hateful and bullshit on you. Why? Because that's what's going to push your ass into the fucking fire. That's what pushed Oprah into becoming who she became. Had Oprah never got fired, you would have never heard of Oprah Winfrey the way you hear of her name now. Tyler Perry had to go through all the bullshit that he went through so that he could become the person that he is now. Tina Turner had to go through all the bullshit she went through in order for her to become the queen of rock and roll. In order for her to become world renowned. In order for her to do all that she did. Here's the truth. When Tina Turner, after she did the single, What's Love Got to Do With It? And it blew the fuck up. Blew the fuck up. The music company gave her 2 weeks. 2 weeks to finish the album. To complete that album, she had 2 weeks. And it blew the fuck up. Why? Because she had already been through the fire. She had been through her fire. She had been through her cocoon stage. And now it was elevation time. It was graduating season. It was promotion time. And see, here's the trick. When you go through the process, regardless what anybody think about you, regardless of what everybody say about you, as long as you stay connected to Source, God the Most High, you're going to graduate. And regardless of what they think about you, they can't stop your fucking graduation. They can't stop your promotion. They can't stop you from being elevated. They can't stop your wings from coming. They can't stop you from spreading your wings and flying. But you got to go through the process. You got to understand the power in starting over. There's power in starting over. There's power in letting go of the past. Reclaim your power. Don't reclaim your power and become a control fucking freak, because that's what so many of us do. We get out of abusive relationships and then we become the fucking abuser. We start dogging motherfuckers out and mistreating motherfuckers. We become control freaks and micromanagers because we can't trust motherfuckers. Go through the process. Grow through the process. And allow God, Source the Most High, to work on you while you're in your cocoon stage. While you're in your cocoon stage, learn to let go of everything that no longer serves you. Learn to let go of your toxic ways. Learn to let go of your toxic beliefs. Learn to let go of your reckless fucking mouth. Learn to let go of your self-hatred. Learn to let go of your judgment, your judgmental nature, your self-righteousness. You have to let it go. And when you let all that crap go, now God can trust you. Now God is going to bless you with your wings. Now you get your halo and your wings because you've earned it. You've earned it. March 18th, I started all over. Lost everything. Every fucking thing. Except for what I had on. Man, family. March, was it April, May? 2 months later, I have everything I've lost and more. I've replaced everything that I've lost. God has replaced everything that I've lost. Except for the relationship part yet. That's coming. That's on its way. But all the physical shit that I lost, the peace, the joy, the happiness I lost, I had that abundantly. Why? Because I went through the process. I had to be broken to be built back up. I had to be humbled. I had to surrender control. The power of starting over. Don't be afraid of starting over. Be afraid of staying complacent. Don't be afraid of starting over and losing what you have. Be far more afraid of not growing because you're so comfortable. And see, you can't grow and be comfortable. Let me say that again. Because we missed that part. You can't grow and be comfortable at the same time. See, it's uncomfortable in the cocoon stage. It's uncomfortable losing everything. It's uncomfortable in the darkness. It's uncomfortable being alone. What's up with you, Scorpio lady? It's uncomfortable facing your fears and your issues and your insecurities and your traumas and your dramas and everything that you do. It's uncomfortable. But the only way to grow is you got to face your fears and you have to be uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable. The old folks used to call that growing pains. Growing pains. It's going to cost you something to get your wings. It cost Tina Turner something to get the successful career that she had. It cost Oprah Winfrey something to become the lady that she is, the billionaire that she is, the mogul that she is. It cost Tyler Perry something to become the businessman that he is. What are you going to give up? What is God telling you to let go of? What is God telling you to surrender? Man, you don't know what you're capable of. You don't know what your greatest version of you is because you've never seen it. You have to trust the process. You have to understand that, man. Everything is going to cost you something. You can stay comfortable in that toxic ass relationship, and that's going to cost you your future. That's going to cost you everything that you're capable of being. Or you can let all that toxic crap go and reach all that you're capable of being. It's going to cost you something regardless. Regardless, it's going to cost you something. Man, let's say a prayer with you guys as we bring this to a close. Dear Father, I thank you. I praise you for those that chimed in. I thank you for Paul being here. I thank you for everyone that just chatted, that commented, Father. Those that have come on and watch this later, Father. Those that, man, this is where they see themselves. This is resonating with them, Father. As far as being in the cocoon stage, Father, it's been scared of even going to the cocoon stage, Father. Father, I ask that you just encourage them. My Father, I ask that you just give them that peace of the process. Give them that peace, that joy of where they're at, and give them the understanding that, man, it's all good. Everything is always working out for their good if they trust the process. Father, I ask that you just look upon their lives. I ask that you just, those that are brokenhearted, those that are suicidal, those that are depressed, those that have just got their hearts broken, Father, those that are financially ruined, wherever they're at, whatever they're going through, I ask that you look upon them. I ask that you encourage them. I ask that you send some encouragement their way. I ask that you lift their spirits. Man, family, until we see each other again, man, again, like I said at the beginning, this is the last live until the end of summer. I love you guys. Man, thank you for being part of this tribe. Thank you for being here. Namaste. The God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in each and every one of you. You are a butterfly in the making. Don't surrender that. Don't give up on that. Trust the process. Go through the process. Understanding that, man, it's all good. It's all good. It's going to hurt. I'm not going to lie about that. It's going to break your heart. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you depressed and everything else. It is what it is. You got to go through the process. But I promise you, after you go through that process, you're going to come out shining. After you go through that process, you're going to come out like the diamond you are. After you go through that process, you'll come out like the butterfly and be able to soar. Because that's the purpose of the process. That's the purpose of your pain. That's the purpose of your trauma. That's the purpose of everything you've gone through, was to get you to the cocoon so that you could go through that process, so that you could become the butterfly and all that you're capable of being. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.